because again, like that entire division or not division, that entire conference is pretty loaded. I would say, and you can tell me whether or not you think this is a sleeper team. I would say the Chargers. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid one last time because I think they have Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, and that's what they needed to really maximize the talents of that offense that is surrounding Justin Herbert. And obviously Justin Herbert being an incredible talent himself. That's who I'd consider my sleeper. If they can't do it this year, then they're forever just going to Charger every single season for, the rest of Chargers' existence because holy shit, man, talk about underperforming. Like, that's just what they do, unfortunately. I really like them. You really like them. I know you do. So it's just disappointing to see how they end up every single season, just choking it away.
Yeah, it's funny that the Chargers are your team because the team I'm picking is the team that came back from down 30 against the Chargers in last year's playoffs, the Jags.
So would you consider them a sleeper? Because I think they're the favorite to win the division by a long shot.
I'm talking about coming out of the AFC. I'm talking about I would say the Jags are. I would say, in terms of winning their division, yeah, the Chargers are still a sleeper. Obviously, in terms of coming out of the AFC, yeah, the Chargers are even a bigger sleeper. But in terms of coming out of the AFC and representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, I would say the Jags are a sleeper, right? Because you have the Bills, Bengals, and Chiefs as like the big three-headed giant that everyone's going to talk about, and the Jags are kind of like that afterthought. The Jags were a unforced fumble away from being, right there to beat the Chiefs last year in the playoffs at Arrowhead. And they drafted well. Trevor Lawrence gets another year of development with Doug Peterson. Calvin Ridley, I think, is going to come in and probably win comeback player of the year. I think he's going to have an incredible season for Jacksonville.
Are you allowed to win that if you get suspended for gambling? And that's the reason.
I think you are.
Oh, that's
I don't
awesome.
know. We'll have to fact check.
J-Mo's got to be taking
awesome.
notes.
Yeah, that would be awesome if he does. I think he's gonna come in and just do really, really well. And I think the Jags are going to be even better on defense. They were super young on defense last year. So that's my sleeper team in the AFC. And yeah, like you mentioned, their division is dog shit. So
yeah, they're going to beat up.
They're going to roll through their division. Trevor Lawrence, I was thinking about this the other day. And I think what we're seeing, and this kind of loops our entire episode back into one big thing, comes full circle. With how this year's draft went, and with Anthony Richardson going to the Colts, and with Stroud going to the Texans, and just Trevor Lawrence and this
Levis
division
going to the Titans too.
Well, yeah, with Levis going to the Titans too. Second round though, so he's like not worth talking about.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, well, whatever. We'll throw his name in there. That division to me reminds me of a guy named Tom Brady and what he did to the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins for 20 years because they could not compete because they had the superior quarterback, they had the superior coach. The coach and the quarterback had a connection and a team chemistry that was contagious from those two guys and how strong their bond was. And what I see in Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence and this young group of talent that they have around them and the foundation that the Jags have and the lack of competition skill-wise at the quarterback position, at the coaching positions in this division, I see 15 years Trevor Lawrence, Tom Brady-esque of just dominating their division. And if they can dominate their division and if they can just take one more leap and be Super Bowl contenders like what Tom Brady and the Patriots were able to do. Obviously, Brady did it really early in his career. But Trevor Lawrence is still really young, man.
I mean, what a crazy turnaround, too. The fans were wearing bags on their head in the stadium 2 years ago. And now we're saying and again, you don't want to call it way too early, but I mean, we are there is a very, very, very high chance that they are a division winner. Probably the highest chance out of any other division in the league is the Jaguars have the highest chance to go and win their division, I think.